Sorry for my audio. Sorry for the audio. But welcome back. Those people on YouTube, the audio was low, but I think it's back on now. And this is my match reaction as known. Nil Tottenham Hotspurs to what a bad performance that we have had. What an awful performance. Like, you just can't get enough words to explain it. You just can't get enough phrases to explain it. Beautiful football from Tottenham Hotspur. They played according to tactics. They came to win. They came for 3 points. They got them. They walked away. They are back on top of the table. I mean, we made their job look so easy. We made everything look so easy for Spurs. One of the things that I expected was Mikel Arteta to change tactics. I expected him to bring in something new. I expected him to, at least to give us something new. To change from what is predictable, to change from what is expected, because Spurs knew that we were going, to go out there, defend that ball and do whatever we could. They knew, and they left the ball for us. We were passing it flat here and there, and finally they had 3 points, 2 goals from 2 beautiful, strikes. Son, what a goal! I have to praise it. What a goal! Ken, what a goal still. Nicely built on the counter-attack. We failed to score on the other end, and we conceded on this end. I even don't have the right words to react to this game, but I don't know where I should start from, but I'm going to start with one man called Bellerin. Now, Bellerin has played 11 games actually out of 11 this season in the Premier League, and he is a player who doesn't know how to take a throw in. Mikel Arteta, Arteta loves Bellerin, but Bellerin doesn't know how to take a throw in, guys. Bellerin, in the last 11 games he has played, he has had 7 throw-in fouls. I mean, literally, these are basics. Simple things that, little players do in the academies, learning how to throw in, to throw in, the ball. And 25 years of age, a player playing for Arsenal cannot throw in. Where have you seen that? Where have you seen Liverpool players, Manchester United players, Chelsea players, even Watford players being fouled for simple throw in? It's so embarrassing. I looked at it today and I was like, really, it's true that this guy doesn't know how to throw the ball in onto the pitch. And it was true. But Mikel Arteta keeps on choosing him. Every match day, Bellerin is one of the people who are on the script, but he doesn't deliver. And I ask myself, do we have the right manager? There's so many people who are going to say Mikel Arteta needs time. Mikel Arteta doesn't have the resources and tools for the job. But as a manager, you have to prove to your fans that you're doing the best you could or you can, but the team is letting you down. But Mikel Arteta is not doing the best he can. I mean, if you have Bellerin and he's not delivering in the last 11 games, why do you give him more football? Why do you give him more chances to play? That is why everybody is fuming. That's why everybody is, doesn't understand what Mikel Arteta is doing. And that's why everybody is titling their videos Mikel Arteta out, Arsenal is finished, and so on. But literally, we are finished. We can't create chances against Spurs, but we have a 91% ball possession. And Jose Mourinho is like, sit back, relax. We shall get them. And they got us. Brilliant from, Jose Mourinho. I think he was, he got his tactics on. Spurs never toiled for this win. They never went any hardships for this win. They never, because what they did was sit back, wait for Arsenal to waste time passing the ball to the north, to the south, to the center, to the east, to the west. When they get, when they run out of ideas, take them on the break, and you're gonna score. That's what they did. If you told me that Spurs got, it is a hard-earned win, or Spurs did any job on that pitch, I'll call you, I even don't know. Spot on. They knew they were, they were going to verse a weak Arsenal, a finished Arsenal side. Look at that lineup. Look at that lineup on the pitch. it looks like a lineup that's going to get 3 points on every match day. But in actual sense, it has collected 13 points from possible 33. And when I talk about Mikel Arteta out, I talk about, there is something wrong with this club, and you guys know it. We are literally finished. Arsenal is no longer a big, a big team, not a member of top 6 anymore, because literally nobody's thinking about talking about Mikel Arteta out, on the board. Nobody talks about Mikel Arteta out. And you know that Mikel Arteta cannot be sacked. The problems are going to continue. Mikel Arteta is not the manager that's going to take us forward. You guys know that. I've said it before in my videos, and I'll say it again. He's not the manager that's going to take us forward. I don't care which manager comes in. I don't care whether he has tools for the job or something, something like that. He's just not working. You might not blame him so much, against Spurs. Spurs has been a better side. They have had almost maximum points in their last 4 games. They've been so good. They've been so good. And I appreciate that. I do appreciate. But the fact is, we had to fight. This was the North London derby. This was the time where Arsenal had to fight back. This was the time where we had, we wanted to show that maybe Arsenal has something like a purpose, but it wasn't there. All we did was sit back, relax, pass the ball in a relaxing mode, and wait for Spurs to score. They scored until they felt like, these 2 goals are enough. Beautiful. But we literally don't have a player who can shoot from outside that box. Look at, Heung-min Son's goal. That was not a created goal. It wasn't. Even if we are crying for creativity and so on, that was not a created goal. A created goal. It was out of individual brilliance. But how many times did we get outside the box of Spurs? How many shots do we have outside the box? We don't have. But we have Lacazette, we have Aubameyang, we have Willian, we have so many players, players up front. We have the best creative player out on the bench because of political issues, and we are 15th another week in the last 5. I think that's where we want to be as Arsenal fans, because now Spurs are almost 20 points. This is so absurd. I think about it and I'm like, where is this club going? Where is this club going? Link is in the comment section. If you want to join in, I'll be taking some of your voices now, because literally, I don't think there are so many words. I don't think there's so many words to say about this game. Total trash. Total trash. Zuma is the first person to come in, and he's been waited for so long. Hello, Zoom.
Hello, Kosi.
How are you doing, man?
Absolutely upset. I'm absolutely upset. People are saying trust the process. Where is the process, Kosi?
There is no process.
Where is the process? Absolutely.
The process is to the championship, bro.
I wouldn't go that far. But where is the process? Why isn't he playing Saliba? Why is Bellerin playing? Why is Bellerin playing? Bellerin holding. And Xhaka cost us the game. Aubameyang, where was he? Where was Aubameyang? Since he signed that 300k contract, where is he? Willian, dreadful. Lacazette, what a shift. What a performance. Kieran Tierney, magnificent processing.
You know?
Serious questions need to be asked.
Anyway, guys, I don't know, but let's just jump into the match reaction. I'll start with the players. Nathaniel, how was Banleno's performance today? The 2 goals, did you think he would do better, or he absolutely had nothing to do with the loss today?
There was no need for a goalkeeper. Like he couldn't do anything for those goals, bro. I mean, especially the first one. I mean, the way Son hit that. I mean, he just absolutely the way he wrapped it. It was just, you just knew it was going in. So I'm not gonna go too hard on Leno. I'm not gonna criticize him too much. I mean, he had really nothing to do. I mean, he got 2 shots. I think they had like 4 shots and like 2 on. I don't know. They didn't have too many shots, but that was the plan all along. Jose knew we were not going to break them down, and his players executed the plan perfectly.
Yeah, very true. I agree. I don't think Leno is to blame for any of those goals, and I think holding Bellerin, both goals coming from the same flank, and literally we cannot, we can't do anything. Bellerin makes one mistake at the other end, and on this end, his wing cost us a goal. Zoom, what's your reaction to Hector Bellerin's performance today?
Get him out. Get him out. Get him out.
My man is better at planting trees than defending.
Absolutely. Where was he? Where was he? He was shambolic today. Shambolic. Defensively, why isn't Ainsley playing? Why isn't Ainsley playing? Cedric is a better right back than this forward. Get him out right now.
And literally the question is, this is a player who has shown you that he is not ready to deliver. This is a player who's who's failing little things like throw-ins. I mean, an Arsenal player at this level, you cannot take correct throw-ins. Why is he still, playing? Why do you still, name him in the squad? Many people are saying he has, personal attachments with Eki Bellerin, but
Saka.
I don't think that's.
Saka was a better right back than Bellerin.
And it's really frustrating.
But Emmanuel Boué is better than Bellerin. Boué is better than Bellerin.
It's a disgrace, Kossi. It's a disgrace.
Well, Bellerin can't even lace.
Is the question,
bro? Because Arteta loves him. When Hector Bellerin came to the UK for the first time from Barcelona, that was when what's his fraud's name? Oh yeah, Tapas Pulis. He was playing for Arsenal at that time. So he basically took him in and he took care. Yeah, big up. He actually took care of Hector Bellerin. So that's why they have such a close relationship.
Yeah. But anyway, I don't know. Nathaniel Kiantiani, I think he was one of those players that were lively today. The only players that you thought maybe he came for a purpose on the pitch today. What did you make of his performance, Tiani?
Well, I mean, Tierney was the only one who actually tried today. I mean, if you're putting balls into the box and nobody's attacking it, I mean, there's only so much you can do. So, I mean, I feel bad for Tierney. He's the only one who understands. Even though he's only been at the club for about a year and some change, he's the only one who understands, really. Like, him, Gabriel, they give 100%. Gabriel take a ball to the face. He doesn't care. People like Granit Xhaka just stinking the place out every single week. But not Tierney, he's class, man. I feel like he's regressing slowly. So he's like... But coming out of lockdown, he was one of the best left backs. He probably was the best left back this season. Like, Arteta just tell him to defend. And then when he does attack, it's like he puts the balls in, but just like nobody's attacking it. I mean, look at the ball that Hector Bellerin. He didn't have the hunger. He didn't have the fight to go attack the ball. Like, everybody's scared. Everybody's acting like a bunch of, like, kids. Like, nobody wants to attack the ball, bro. There's no hunger, bro. There's no hunger.
Okay. Zoom, we had 2 goals come from that down that wing, where Rob Holding was playing with Heki Bellerin. The first goal, Rob Holding allows Son to cut in, and you ask yourself, why do you let a player like, why do you let a player like Son cut in? He's one of the most deadly players in the Premier League. You're letting him cut in, and a beautiful effort. I don't know whether he had seen that Leno was that far, but absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Holding, what did you make of Holding's performance? So,
Where's the where is the communication between Bellerin and Holding?
yeah,
Holding should have said to Bellerin, push on, press, because you just knew when Son got the ball that he will cut in and curve it.
yeah.
There's no communication. There's no leadership. I'm speechless. I'm just speechless.
Bro, I said we were gonna lose anyway. I'm not surprised. I thought I would be upset. I'm not surprised at all.
Yeah, I know.
It's typical. It's typical Arteta, bro. Typical.
Yeah, Nathan, we were gonna lose. It's true. We were gonna lose this game, but how do you lose? It's
There's certain ways to lose, bro. Certain ways to lose, but today was unacceptable. Certain ways to lose, bro.
We are losing.
This was shocking, bro.
Again, this is the same way we lost to Leicester City. They sat back. They waited for us. Do one mistake, 2 mistakes. They had 2 decent chances.
91% position.
91%
position.
Exactly.
And you only had 2 shots on target. 2 shots on target.
Welcome. Yeah, man. Yes, Nathan.
I'm gonna say something real quick.
Yeah.
Let me just tell you something about Arsenal Football Club. Tomorrow, if I don't wake up and I don't hear that Arteta has been sacked, this club has completely disrespected the fans. They have been mugging up this fan base for years. And I know we can talk about Arteta. I know we can talk about the players, but we have to start with the base stuff of the problem. It's the board. Arteta shouldn't even be here in the first place because, I do put the blame on Arteta, but he shouldn't even be in the job in the first place. He should be at like Valencia or something, learning his trade. He should not be at Arsenal. So before we get to Arteta, yes, he is the problem, but one thing you have to realize is that the board are a disgrace to this football club. They're mugging off the fans. They're mugging off everybody who comes in here, wants to see change at the club. They're not bringing any change to this club. It's an absolute disgrace, bro.
Guna, welcome to the show, Blood.
Same old.
Same old Arsenal.
Exactly. It's like going to win.
At times I ask myself, why do
we have so many expectations going into this game and we get slapped?
No, I know. And that's why, and that's the question. Why do we fool ourselves as Arsenal fans when, every match day we have new hope, we have new hopes that, we are going to win a game. Every match day we think things are going to be different. Every match day we think there's going to be a change. Literally, there isn't anything that's changing at this club, and everything is totally finished. But let us start with Gabriel. Guna, what did you make of Gabriel's performance today?
I think it was decent overall, but the thing is that Gabriel is young, and if David Luiz was playing today, he might just up that gear a bit for his performance. He was decent enough, but I'm speechless. I'm not even gonna lie. Questions need to be asked about the club and everyone, seriously, because the club had this before. We got to right. It's like who have since Arsene Wenger's left and has not ultimately changed this mentality and how we might on a 10-game good run. Yes, please. So questions need and the questions go on the board currently.
Yeah.
He must be singing in America right now. I think he must be watching the NFL. He don't mind what the score is. This is just his little business. He must be singing down in America, full of joy. And why did we not go for an experienced manager like an Allegri
Yeah.
for this club? No, Arteta demanded less
I don't
wages,
want
and if they
Allegri. I don't
It's
want
jobs for the
Allegri.
boys.
yeah,
Just to put it in. I don't want him.
experienced manager.
I don't want Allegri.
It's jobs for the boys FC, bro.
Yeah, but even if we never brought in Allegri, we should have brought in someone who has, who knows.
Yeah,
because-
exactly. They
Yeah,
would the demand.
exactly, because the
Kosi.
situation.
Kosi,
Yeah, yes,
Kosi.
yeah.
You could do a video on the benefits if we sack Arteta, and it could be 2 hours long. 2 hours long. And my man, it could get you views. 2 hours long.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm seeing videos of
Bellerin
people. I'm seeing. Wait, Gunnar, you can go.
Bellerin as well. Come on. And I need some criticism from this game. Why is he playing party? He just came back from an injury.
Bro, I
Right,
just
he
got
won.
enough.
We need a Partey. You can't blame him
Yeah,
for
but
playing
okay, listen.
Partey. Come on.
If Aubameyang was injured or someone a key player,
Yeah, but we still lost.
and key risk
All right,
and
Rest in
match
peace,
out.
Arsenal. Rest in peace.
Bro, we died. We moved to the Emirates,
It's interesting. Jamal says, he writes, on himself, rest in peace. But I think he has a point, guys. I think we are finished. I think we are finished as a football club. The structures
We are done. We're done as a football club.
We are done.
We're done as a football club. From top to bottom. From top to bottom. From the owners to the players.
To the
We're
players.
done out here.
From the owners to the
The
players,
players are showing
we are done.
the manager
We are
is
just finished.
The ownership. Yeah, go on.
Anyway, Jamal, Jamal, how are you?
AG90. Welcome to
Hello,
the show.
Jamal.
You were one of the first people to say Arteta out. Big up.
Yeah. Jamal, welcome to the show.
I said it, this I saw it coming. Arteta's not good enough. He's out of his depth, and I think and the sad part is he's not going to get sacked. The board are going to keep with it. The Arsenal fans will keep making excuses.
Yeah,
Oh, it's the players. Who picks the players? It's Arteta who picks the players.
Bro, I just got a notification from AFTV and it said,
I'm going to support Arteta on this. I'm going to support Arteta on this because you look at that team right now and look who he's got on the bench. Who did he pick?
Yeah.
It starts from
Where's
the board.
Nelson? Where's Smith
The board
Rowe?
are the
He
root
has
of this
options.
club.
He ain't picking them.
But
Nelson,
if you-
Smith Rowe, Balogun, where
You
are
can't.
those people? Where are those
Okay, it's only
Yeah,
11 games into the season. You can't just go,
Yeah.
oh, let's sack a manager. That's total nonsense.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Yes, you
Yes,
can.
you can.
Yes,
Gunnar,
you can.
Listen.
Gunnar,
Yes, you can.
Crystal Palace.
Gunnar has a
2017,
point.
After
Yeah.
7 games, they sacked their manager. You can't
Yeah.
sack a manager when things are going sour.
Bro, Chelsea
You don't
sacked
have
Di
to
Matteo
avoid-
after 26 games after winning the
if
Champions
you don't
League
have
and the
to
FA
sack a
Cup.
manager after 20 odd games when things are going
Exactly.
wrong. You have to
You know-
sack the manager.
Exactly.
I'm not having any of this. Give the
Yeah.
manager more time. I'm not having that anymore. This manager has to go, or we will sink into a deeper hole, and then it will be harder to get out of that hole.
Because literally you look at this and you're like, even if you are added Arteta 20, 40 more games, is he going to clean up the mess that he has caused at the club? The answer is no. He's not going to clean up
because
the
what's
mess.
going to happen is we'll go into January. We might get Szoboszlai. He's a 20-year-old player, and our future hinges on a 20-year-old player. It's not going to happen. Szoboszlai.
Bro, Arteta's not even
Are
going
we
to
gonna go from
develop him
15
properly
first?
anyway.
It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. We need the right manager to lead us. There's Pochettino out there. There's Allegri out there. Thomas Tuchel looked like he could be out there. Go get those managers. Go
Bring
get Simeone as well.
Bring Pochettino. Bring Pochettino.
Or
I
Allegri.
want Pochettino. Right now, bring Pochettino. I'm having none of Allegri. None of Allegri. At Arsenal Football Club, I want attacking football. Attacking football.
I don't care about what sort of football. I want to win games of football.
Yeah, I want winning football, bro.
I want winning football.
winning
I don't
football.
care how boring it is. I'll watch boring football if it means we win league titles.
I don't want Allegri.
I want to.
I don't want Allegri.
Guys, it might not go down to
So
who
it's
we
not-
want right now, because
Jose,
even
They're all better than I'll take all of them.
one of my last videos, I said, because for me, I'm a big fan of Simeone, and so many people are not big fans of Simeone because he doesn't play entertainment football. But for me, I love Simeone. He doesn't entertain the nonsense. If we had a manager like Simeone, things could be different. These guys, Arsenal players are pampered. You don't tell me that player like man like Bellerin cannot have correct.
Don't get me started on Bellerin. Oh my God,
Players
that
are
guy is
pampered.
not a footballer. He's a model. Ship him off to Spain. Ship him off to Paris.
You get
dreadful.
not a footballer.
Dreadful.
Players are
Dreadful.
pampered. A
Not
player
all
cannot throw in the
he's
ball.
good at is
Not
planting bloody
a
trees.
player cannot have a throw in. I mean, a correct throw in. The first throw in Hector Bellerin had, he throws it direct to a Spurs player. I mean, how do you lose possession on a throw in as easy as that? And at times maybe it might go off the manager and the players. We were saying Aubameyang should play through the middle. Aubameyang,
He's been dreadful this season. Dreadful.
I think
Woeful. Not good enough.
as we think about a manager, let us not focus
Aubameyang
on.
needs to get dropped. Drop him.
The focus has
Drop
to go
him.
on the manager. I'm
Drop
not getting
him.
away with
Because
this.
he dropped
Arsenal
him.
fans keep saying, "Oh, it's the players, it's the
I want-
players." When's the blame gonna go on the manager? If this was Unai Emery, you would be saying get him out of here. So why isn't it the same for Arteta? Why is he saying not pressure? Why does it have to be give Arteta more time? What that guy was saying, oh, you can't sack a manager after 11 games. Why can't you sack a manager after 11 games? Why can't you? You can. Things are
Where
going
is
wrong,
the process?
and he's not
Where
changing
is
it.
the bloody process?
He wants to play his son at right back. He wants to play his adopted son in centre mid, in Ceballos and Xhaka. Not good enough. Williams not been good enough. Why was he playing? Why was Nelson not even on the bench? Why is Maitland-Niles playing on the bench instead of Bellerin? And these things go on the manager, not the players.
Anyway, guys,
But Emery had a whole
Why
a
is
season and a half.
Saliba not in the squad? Why is Saliba not in the squad?
Honestly, if Saliba was playing, he would get ripped apart because Bellerin
Why
would
is
leave
he
him
not in the
exposed.
squad? Kosi,
yeah, man.
Edgy90 and Kosi, I know you're YouTubers, so
Yeah.
do a video on the benefits of if we sack the Tapas Pulis.
Yeah. It
It will
you
get
want him out?
views.
Because
I'm
you tell
telling
me,
you.
do you want Arteta out?
I want Arteta out. I've already done those videos before, even, man. I'm going to just do more, but I've already done them. I just want him out. I want a manager. There are times when you lose and you feel like you guys, you're bringing in competition. You're threatening. There is something that a manager is adding, but this kind of flat, predictable. I don't know what I should call it. Football.
Predicted Williams started right
It's
wing.
not
I predicted
It's called
Bellerin
low
started
block.
right back.
Low block and no ideas.
It's just not working. You can't
It's
tell
too
me that
predictable.
you're passing around and around and round and round, and every game that's what happens. Every game that's what happens.
It's just side to
something like
side.
that.
It's side to side. No penetration. No fight.
No.
No
Exactly.
nothing. No tactical talk.
By
no
the way,
just no nothing. It's freestyling, bro.
Okay,
Freestyle.
Yes,
Spurs scored
Guna.
from two.
Yeah.
Spurs scored from like two of our mistakes.
Yeah.
Why can't we do that? If Spurs made a mistake, I guarantee you,
We're not
we would have
clinical
not
enough.
scored that goal. We're not clinical.
Are you still backing Arteta? Are you still trusting this process?
Now you say he's Arteta out.
But I thought you said, after 11 games, you can't sack a
Trust me.
manager after 11 games.
Trust me. 15
But the sad reality is that he won't get sacked.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what I'm saying as
he
well.
won't.
He will not get sacked.
Exactly.
He will not get sacked.
You're sa-
Because this board have hyped him up so much. If they sack him now,
Yeah, they look
every
like
single
mugs.
Arsenal fan will turn against him. Turn against the board, and so they'll say, "Go give us a world-class manager," and that means we'll have to pay huge money to get a world-class manager in, which this club doesn't want to do. They want to stick with Arteta as long as possible. We'll go deeper down the table. We'll get into the relegation zone, and then finally they'll wake up. Fans like DT, absolute rats on this Arsenal fan. They're draining this fan base. Right? Draining this fan base by saying, "Oh, it's the players. Swing it on the players." When that guy turns on Arteta, it's gonna be madness.
Yeah. And,
And I'm gonna
and
go now.
let me tell you, it's okay. It's true. It's true that everybody is to blame. Everybody has a share of the blame. I don't want to say Mikel Arteta is to blame, all for this or what's happening. No, it's not true. Mikel Arteta is not to blame for, for everything that's happening. The players are also to blame. Like I said, you can't have a player who can take a throw in at a club like Arsenal. That that's not acceptable. But Arteta, you should know that if Hector Bellerin is not working, who can I choose? We have seen Jose Mourinho play Cesar Azpilicueta in the left back because he has a left back that's not good enough. Such kind of thing, you think it should be working at Arsenal, but you just don't see it. You just don't see it. But Nathan,
problem with the own.
Yeah, what's up?
Nathan, you're there.
Yeah.
I want to pose a
And I'm
question
the problem.
to you guys. Yes, Jamal. Jamal, give me a reaction. Yeah.
Sorry, say that again. There's a lot of people talking.
Jamal, no, it's okay.
So,
Yeah, hello?
Well, I think his internet is a little bit disturbing, but Nathan, is January a solution? Should we be looking at January as something like, January is the Hail Mary of Arsenal? Are we going to, survive in January? Is January going to be, the Hail Mary month?
No, probably. No. I doubt Arsenal would do anything. I doubt they. I'll be surprised if they sack Arteta, But I don't. When it comes to January, I don't expect nothing from this club. This club is in the gutter, bro. We're in the gutter, but I don't even know where we are, bro. Like we're in the gutter, so we're not doing any business. We're not doing anything. We're just gonna probably go sign. We're probably gonna go sign Rudiger or something. That's what we're gonna do. Probably gonna go sign Rudiger so he can come to Arsenal, come stink the place out with the rest of them.
I just don't know.
But this club makes me sick, bro. It makes me so sick, bro. You don't
trust me.
You don't even
Trust me.
Bro, my blood
Trust me.
just keeps on boiling.
It makes everybody sick. Every match day, you come with new hopes. You come with something new. You think maybe your club is going to, have a 1-0 victory, 2-0, 2-1 victory. The last 5 games, we do not have a win. The last 5 games, we are bad at home. We are bad on the road. I mean, literally, I just don't know how to, react anymore to games because it's the same old story. Arsenal losing.
Listen, bro. This I hear what you're saying. It just keeps on. Like the losses are piling up. Questions need to be asked. People need to take a look at themselves. The structure of the club needs to be questioned. The values of the club need to be questioned. And the thing is that we sit here and talk about classy Arsenal. Oh, it's classy. Oh, it's not classy to sack managers. Oh, it's not classy to do this, do that. I'm sorry. Is it classy to go up to Old Trafford and lose 8-2? Is that classy?
No,
is it classy? Is it classy to hire a manager? Is it classy to give players that aren't good enough big contracts so they can come and stink the place out? Is that classy? It's not classy, bro. This club just stinks of just stopgaps. It stinks. It's the whole from top to bottom. This club is just bro. I don't even know what's going on. It stinks, bro.
Now I hope you're doing schoolwork again.
Anyway, guys, I don't know, but this time I want to do the player ratings with Nathan. I always do them with someone. Nathan, let us do these player ratings and call it a day. We're just going to rate the players out of 10. But Leno, like I said, we did need a goalkeeper today. I mean, Leno didn't have anything to do, so I'll give him, a 6. I think if he had done a super save or something like a super save, I would have elevated to 7 or 7.5. But literally didn't do anything. How would you award Leno today?
I'll give him a 5. I think he was standard. I mean, he didn't have much to do. He couldn't do much about the goals, so I'll just give him a standard 5.
Yeah, standard 5. Bellerin, the worst player on the pitch today. I was so annoyed when he gave away the ball in a throw-in. That is what broke my heart. That's what broke my heart. How would you give a ball? How would you give away a ball? Literally, how would you give the ball away in a throw-in? In a throw-in.
He's not a footballer. He's not a footballer. He's a fashion model, and he's a planetarian. It's not a footballer.
I'm just going to give this guy, a standard 2 out of 10. Both goals come from his wing. No defending, no going forward, no throw. He can't throw the ball. I don't know why Mikel Arteta keeps on choosing him, and trust me, he's going to cost him his job. 2 out of 10. What do you give Heki Bellerin?
Can we do negatives?
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. It's fine.
I'll give him a negative 3,000. I don't want to ever see him. Listen, I don't ever want to see that. I don't even want to rant about this guy. I already said enough stuff. I don't want to see him ever play another Arsenal game ever again.
It really breaks a fan's heart when a player like Heki Bellerin. Anyway, let's go on to Rob Holding. His partner was Rob Holding today, and I'll give Rob Holding, honestly, I'll give him a 5. I think there are times where he was, a little bit more solid, but the fact that, his wing caused 2 goals, there are no explanations, there are no explanations on that whatsoever. 5 out of 10, of Rob Holding. How much do you give him?
I'll give him a 3. I actually like Rob Holding, but he should have done better with that. He should have done better with that Son goal, the first one.
Yeah.
He just showed him onto his right too much.
Yeah.
And I just give him a 3. Not good enough today.
3 out of 10. Okay. Gabriel Magalhaes, of course, the man of the defense. I think he's going to get standard marks every day. I think I'll give him a 7 today. He was brilliant. I think he was the reason as to why he was really engaging in attack so well. I loved him. I'll just give him a 7. No much of comments.
I'll give him a 5. I think he was all right today. The tackle that he did to I think it was Berglund. It was a clutch tackle. It was a good tackle, and he was all right today. He was the only one who looked like he was dominant in the air, trying to dominate the opponents. And I'll give him a standard regular 5.
All right. Kiantiani, the best defender, especially going forward. Beautiful crosses, nice crosses. And this is why I asked myself, Aubameyang is saying there's no creativity whatsoever. This guy is floating in crosses, beautiful crosses, decent crosses. They're getting past defenders of Tottenham, and Aubameyang just can't finish them. And we were saying Aubameyang. So probably, it's not Aubameyang, it's Aubameyang blood young. I'm giving Kiantiani something like, I'll give him a 7 as well. I'll give him a 7. I think his performance was decent today's evening.
I'll give him a 6.9, almost a 7. You know what? Fuck it. I'll give him a 7. I think when you're putting crosses into the box and your strikers that are supposed to get on the end of it are not hungry enough to get to the end of it, then there's nothing you can do. So I'll give him a standard. Not standard.
Yeah, I also give him 7. I thought he was brilliant. Beautiful crosses, beautiful crosses in there. But let us just switch to the midfield. Granit Xhaka. Xhaka is another liability that we have, but I don't know whether fans do not see it or if they see it, but they just don't choose to speak about it. Xhaka is a real liability. When he's on the pitch, you feel like you guys are already 10 men. Yeah, there were some good tackles he had, but the times when he got really lost, no creativity, doesn't add anything to the club when we have the ball. I don't know, but a standard 5 for Granit Xhaka. How much do you give him?
Negatives. Can I do negatives again?
You can do negative
2,000.
Negative 2,000 for Granit
Not
Xhaka.
good enough.
No, really not good enough.
Not good enough for my football club.
I really ask myself, is he the kind of player? Is he the kind of midfielder that Arsenal? Is it our best? Is he the best player we can get? And the answer is, I don't know. But
Kosi,
let's move forward. Let's move forward.
Wait, let me say one last thing about. Let me say. The sad reality about Granit Xhaka is that we've had him for 4 years. My man has not improved, not one bit.
Yeah.
Not improved, and even when he is playing well, you can still see that he's a liability. He's slow. His passing range is limited. People say, "Oh, he does the 60-yard pass. He does this. He does that." Absolute crap. He doesn't do none of that. He defensively, he lets runners run off him. He's just crap, bro. He's not good enough, bro. I never want to see him play for Arsenal ever again. Get in the bin.
Get in the bin. Thomas Partey, what a game. I think his class already manifests as one of the best players, or as the only best player in that, in that midfield. When he was on the pitch, there was a sense of going forward, trying, to shoot from the box, from outside the box. He literally does everything, on that pitch. But we were unfortunate that he got injured, and so Danny Ceballos had to come on. I'll give him an 8 in today's game. I think he was outstanding among all the midfield players combined. Tottenham and Arsenal, they had Lo Celso, they had Sissoko, they had Ndombele. We had a one crap Xhaka. He was outstanding. You could see that midfield had a player in the names of Thomas Partey. I'll give him an 8. How much do you give him?
I'll give him a 7. Only one who looked like he had energy, even though he was half fit, and that's what happens when you force a player that isn't fit enough into a high intensity game to get injured. And I tell you, poor man management again. This is like the 5th example of his poor man management. Even when he did get injured, he Partey ran to the touchline to say, "Oh yeah, I'm injured," and the way Arteta just pushed him back onto the pitch was like, "Bro, you're a disgrace, bro." Like he's so Arteta just needs to leave, bro. He doesn't know what he's doing. So yeah, I'm gonna give Partey a 7.
Okay. Still moving forward, part of the midfield, Bukayo Saka. I don't want to put too much pressure on this boy. On this boy. I know many people will look at him in the lens that he's one of the best players at Arsenal. They're demanding so much. They forget that he's a young lad. They forget that they are, men that were bought millions and millions. Aubameyang, Lacazette, they were bought at millions and millions. At this club. And they're doing absolute crap. So if I'm rating Saka, I'll think about so many things. Yeah, I think he didn't have a good night. He didn't have a good evening. I don't want to lie. I was not really impressed with his performance. But I'll give him a standard 6. I think he's still a young player, and however much we want to force, magic out of him, he's still a young player, and we've got to accept that. He's a young player. He's not one of the most paid players at Arsenal. He's not one of the most expensive players at Arsenal, and we need still to give him, a benefit of the doubt. He is delivering. He's trying to deliver. However much, he's still young. So I'll give him a 6. How much do you give Saka, bro?
Like you said, he is a young player. I'll give him a 6. He gets the ball, he tries, but at the same time, you gotta remember he's not only 19 years old. And if you look at him from his point of view, he's the only attacking outlet who actually can create.
Yeah.
And he's only 19. Imagine being 19 at Arsenal Football Club, and your teammates are just stinking the place out, and you have to carry the team at 19, because your captain, who's supposed to be the best player, couldn't give a flying fuck. All he cares about is the money. All he cares about, the hunger is no longer there. So you're not getting this. Bukayo Saka's not getting any more assists, and I feel like Arteta is hanging them out to dry. With young players, you don't want to play them too much because then they'll get burnt out. That's the same exact thing. That's the same exact thing that happened to Iwobi. He had all the talent in the world, and then he just got burnt out. So I'll give Bukayo Saka a 6.
No, the young players, they need a lot of time to develop. But the way we are using them is like, there were players that we bought at 70, 60 million. Anyway, going forward, Willian, I don't know what you made of, out of Willian's performance. I don't know what you made of Willian's performance today. There were moments I thought he was brilliant. There was moments I thought he was, trying to create something. There were moments when I felt like no blood. You've done it again. You've gone back. What did you make of William's performance today, and how do you rate him? I think I'll give him a standard 5. I nothing special. Absolutely nothing special. How do you rate him today?
Willian is the only Brazilian player that is not entertaining to watch. How are you Brazilian and you're a dead footballer? How does that work? Like, bro, Willian, bro, he's a Chelsea guy, bro. He don't care about us. He's a Chelsea guy, bro. Yeah. And his performance proved that he don't care, bro. He don't care, and that's it. I told people he wouldn't be a good signing, but people say, "Oh, you bring experience. No, he just bring another 100K on the wage book that we have to pay. So I'll give him a 4. Basic average footballer.
Oh, basically average footballer. I'll start with Lacazette before I go to Aubameyang. I'll start with Lacazette. Well, Lacazette had a very good game in the Europa League, and I thought he deserved to start. Well, he played, kind of deep. Number 10 or something, which I think he played well. He tried to, get in some balls in, but still not enough, still not good enough, still not the player that, these are kind of players that need to do something out of individual brilliance. I've never seen that out of Lacazette. You've not seen that today. Where is the individual brilliance? Where is that, heart of trying? Shoot that goal outside the box. Try to push some defenders into the box. No, man doesn't do that. I don't know what he wants to do. I don't know what he does, but you just see that everything is real trash. Lacazette, I'll give him a 4. Just to rate him. I'll give him a 4, but literally nothing. I mean, nothing. How much do you give Lacazette?
I slightly disagree. I think he played okay today. I think he was all right. I mean, in terms of being a threat, he wasn't really a threat, but he worked hard. He got stuck in. But goal scoring isn't his job. His job is to occupy one of the center backs, bring them out, and then have Aubameyang run off of the defender and try to run into the middle. And Aubameyang couldn't be bothered, so that's why we didn't see Aubameyang take a whole lot of shots today, because he don't care. So I'm not gonna go in on Lacazette, but I'll give him a 6 because he worked really hard today. And even though I do think he's a bit of a wimp, like he falls on the ground a lot, but he does win a lot of free kicks in dangerous areas. So I'll give him a 6. He was all right today. Could have been better.
Okay, 6. I give him a 4. Let's go to our captain, Aubameyang. Aubameyang is captain. He should have scored today. No excuses. He should have scored today. There is that ball, Lacazette delivered to him. There is, there are so many opportunities delivered to him from Kian Tierney in the air. I know in the air it's not his thing, but I've seen him score with his head. So that's not an excuse, an excuse that the air is not his thing. But you are captain. You've got to lead us. You've got to show how hungry we were or we are. You've got to set an example. But his body language, the way he looks, is like he's satisfied. It's like man, I've pocketed this contract, and there isn't anything I need from this club. I just want to eat my money and go on. And you're like, really, where are we heading? Aubameyang today, I was so disappointed. I always don't get so disappointed with Aubameyang, and I've already said it. We lack, he lacks creativity. He lacks the chances. He's feeding off, his nails. So he needs someone who, to feed him. But today, his performance was so awful, and I thought, he's one player, who gets 2-3 chances and is going to take one. I thought I just hate his body language. I hated his body language. He was absolutely not concerned. He was absolutely not concerned. I give him a flat 4. A flat 4. Man did not impress me today. He didn't impress me today. Nathan, comments on Aubameyang.
Wait, what did you give him, a 4?
4.
Oh, I'm going way lower than that. Jesus. I gave him a 0. 0. Listen, I don't know what I don't even know where to start with Aubameyang this season. I do think the system is leaving him out, like hanging him out to dry. The system, it doesn't fit him, but still, he should have way more goals this season. Like, his finishing has been dreadful. His body language just stinks. Everything about him stinks, bro. Like, it's smelly, bro. I don't even know where to even start. This season he's been so like dead. Like, if you look at his energy's just, he's been poor, bro. I give him a 0. He didn't do anything tonight. Another disappearance in a big game.
Time to go to Mikel Arteta. I mean, we have to rate him however bad he is. However, first and foremost, I'm going to give him credit on the lineup. I mean, it's still on my screen. You can say it there. I'll give him some credit on the lineup. I think, apart from Bellerin, who I didn't agree with, the rest was okay. I think I'll give him some credit there. But this man doesn't have tactics. I don't know whether people say it, but he doesn't have tactics. The players are playing their own thing. They're not instructions. You don't see any instructions in Arsenal. Like you would see Spurs. Mourinho tells them, sit back, let them come. We shall take them back and make sure you use our chances. Those were Mourinho instructions, but there were no instructions. There are absolutely no instructions from Mikel Arteta. This team doesn't have instructions, and it really hurts. I mean, it really hurts. It's like we don't have a manager. We have some football manager, kid that is, selecting, players for a game, and the machine is playing against, a machine. It's like that's what's happening. You see that we do not need, or we do not have, creativity, but you still bring on the same players. You don't have, the predictable lineup. Nothing changes. Xhaka, Ceballos, Partey, Bellerin, Chiantiani. I mean, where is the difference? Where is the hand of the manager? We need to see something like manager has said that we need to do this in this game because this opponent this. We approach all the opponents in the same way. We approach all the opponents like directly flat. Aston Villa 3-0 is a loss. Leicester City 1-0 is a loss. Spurs 2-0 is a loss. Manchester City 1-0 is a loss. Liverpool 3-1 is a loss. In the same way, I don't see a hand of Mikel. I don't think we have a manager. And worse enough, he is not coach, but he's manager. Today, I'll give him an absolute 0 out of 10. Mikel Arteta. He was absent. There was no touch in that team for him. I don't know what you think.
He doesn't even deserve a rating. He just needs to get out. I think that's what he needs to do. He don't deserve a rating from me. I heard what you said about place. Him not switching the and this thing's breaking. Hello? Yeah, hello?
Okay, I'll give him break. I'll be taking the comments. Recruits human son. That is Roy. Yes, man.
Oh yeah, like I was saying, I know you mentioned the fact that he doesn't switch the lineup. But if you're a good manager, you have a consistent lineup that you go with. No, if I was to ask you, oh, what's Everton's lineup, or Leicester City's lineup, or Man City's, well, not Man City, but Liverpool's lineup, you
Yeah.
would be able to tell me. Everybody knows Liverpool's lineup, but the problem is that because they have a good manager and they have a good system, everybody knows their lineup. Everybody knows exactly who's playing what position, but you can't beat them because they have a good system. We just keep on picking the same dead players week after week after week after week. We're not going to see any change unless we ban some of these players off. These players aren't good enough. So, like I said,
Yeah.
Ted doesn't even deserve a rating. He just needs to go, bro. Tomorrow.
And someone said something interesting. It is so sad he's not get sacked. He's not going to get sacked, and it's true. And well, let's get to see some of your comments there. Arteta has made us significantly weak by freezing out and forcing out our better players, midfielders, Ozil, Ogenduzi, Torreira. Arteta will sink this club just to please his ego. Whether that's Angel Madonna has to do. Yeah, I know. I understand. I do understand. All the pain. Yeah.
I'll see you later. I'll see you later.
All right.
If you're back
All
on,
right.
if you're back on, and I might come back on in a little bit. So I'm see you later.
All right.
Save Arsenal.
Because he all goes while Bellerin fall. He's performing. He's not performing. Why is Arteta playing Cedric? Why didn't he play El Neni instead of Xhaka? I know. I asked myself the same question, Vlad. Very good. Very good. We do communicate the same language. Arsenal fans, we do feel the same way. I was asking myself, why did this guy not actually play? Why didn't he play Ainsley? Why didn't he play El Neni? Those questions. This man, El Neni performs midweek. We thought he was giving him playing time. He doesn't give him football. I really don't. I just don't get it as well. Arteta has made us significantly weak. I've read that. The blame is on Arsenal boss Kroenke. If he can't afford the valuable amount to buy quality players, let him leave the team to those who can manage it. I'm really tired. Thank you so much, Sad. And Kosi, give Rob a 6. Okay, that is that's Timothy says I should give Rob Holding a 6. How many times has Bellerin penalized? This is absolutely what we've been talking about. I mean, Bellerin doesn't know how to throw the ball, and Mikel Arteta loves Bellerin on the pitch. Now, if the manager cannot actually see that, then he's not the right manager for the job. He's not the right man for the job. There is no need to give Arteta tools. This is a simple interview. A simple interview. That a right back doesn't know how to take throw-ins, but you're still using him for what? Why would I play a right back who doesn't know how to throw in, to take throw-ins? It's like having a winger who doesn't know how to cross the ball. I mean, why do you use him? Why would I have a winger who doesn't know how to cross the ball? Spurs are treating Arsenal like a. I know today it was so easy for Moreno. It was so easy for Jose Moreno today. So easy. He knew that Arsenal was going to be as easy as this as long as you do this. Hey, exploit Heki Bellerin. They gave him the freedom to go up front. He thought he was the better player, but Spurs were wise. They knew you give him freedom to go up front. Man is going to make mistakes. Capitalize on that. Get 2 chances, score 2. Focus ahead. Arsenal is done, and we are done. Yeah, and Timon says it's not Arteta. Says agree Arsenal has no structure, and says it's not Arteta. Yeah, I know. Arsenal don't have a structure. We have a bad board. We have a poor recruitment process. We have so many bad things. But Mikel Arteta is to blame for some of the things that are happening right now, Vlad. Arteta is to blame for some of the things that are happening at this club. There's no way he can distance himself from what is happening at Arsenal right now. Who picks the players to play? Trust me, if Arteta is picking the best players in the best in the best positions, maybe we could we could be having different results. I'm not saying we would be top 5, top 6, or or top 7, but maybe we should be having different results. We have not won a game in the last 5 games, and there is no hunger, there is no ambition in that club. Everybody is so flat. Everybody has bad moods. Everybody's feeling like, I mean, Arteta has a role to blame. Remember one day I told you about Bellerin. He's so stupid. He can't cover at the back. He's totally lost, and every opponent, I think, knows him well. Yeah, it's true. Leeds were looking at him. Leicester City looked at him, and this is why I tell you that Arteta has a problem. If other managers can spot in your team the weak link, how do you tell us that you, the manager of the club, cannot spot that weak link? Leeds, they brought in players, to capitalize on the mistakes of Bellerin. They did. They hit the woodwork 3 times, and they were coming from Bellerin's side. Spurs, they scored twice from Bellerin's side. Leicester City, they were targeting Bellerin, and you tell us that Mikel Arteta can't see that. Arteta can't see the fact that this guy is the target of his opponents. Gives him, man gives, him performance every day, bad performance. Man keeps him in the lineup. Then what do? Keep on Mikel Arteta. He's the trash. Arteta out or in, bro. Out. No other things. Out. Rudiger. Glinch, don't start. I don't want to think about things like Rudiger, man like Rudiger and others. Because he back again, back again with the strongest live show ever on this stream in this month. 120 people have been watching. Smash the like button. I even don't care if you guys smash the like button, because I'm so mad. But just hit that like button like crazy. Arsenal, an absolute disgrace. How are you, Kosi? I don't know. I'm absolutely sad. I'm so sad. There are times when you lose a game and it's so painful. This is so painful, blood. It's so painful. There are times when you lose a game and you're like, maybe we didn't do enough. But this is so painful to an extent that you don't want to talk about it. You lose to Spurs, and Spurs didn't play. Literally, they didn't play any football. They didn't. I mean, they came to defend around. I don't know whether their defenders were active or they were trying to fake to make the commentators busy. I don't know. Blame is on coach and nobody to blame until Ozil is back. Thank you there, Nafi. I told you, because Arsenal 0-2 Spurs, and it was big up, man. Your prediction was right. I think I should start giving out gifts for right predictions. I think I should. Yeah, your prediction was pretty right, and I'm really so sad. And Arteta is Arteta out, and Arteta is out. No chance to freeze Ozil. No. There. Emmy says, please, because you don't blame Auba, is Arteta and his decision to free Ozil. You can see that back pass of Bellerin when Auba was in the box ready to score. No man can pass that last ball, and so Arteta. Yeah, I understand that. I understand, Emmy. Thank you so much, and thank you so much for always commenting, Emmy. Arteta is a poor coach. Arteta out. That is Peter. Lord help us, my man. There, man like Relentless Guna, Nathaniel. Purpose. I've taken long without listening to to the voice of Purpose. I think he's going to be the last man I listen to. Purpose, last man we should be talking about, talking with. Hello, Purpose. Hello, Blood.
Can you hear me?
Very well, very well.
How are you?
How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I mean, I'm not good. I mean, we lost, and I'm hurting. I'm really hurting.
Yeah. Me too, man. But what should we have expected? This is the same thing that's been happening, week in, week out. I think this today for me showing why you know this some of these players they're just not good enough. This is our biggest game of the season, and they just didn't turn up at all, and it's just disappointing. But yeah, I just got into the point now where I don't get my hopes too high. I expected it, so I'm not too disheartened as I would have been maybe a few years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
that was.
do you think Mikel Arteta is taking us anywhere, purpose?
uh, I don't really like to talk too much about the manager because this happens every time. We blame the manager,
Yeah.
and then we bring the next manager. We blame that manager, and then we're just gonna bring the next one. And for me, what I would say is he has to take some blame in terms of the way we played. We knew Tottenham; they wanted us to have the ball. So why did we come and play that type of football? And obviously, we're gonna have fans that are saying, "Oh, why we play defensive? Why we play defensive?" You shouldn't listen to the fans too much and say, "Oh, we should change the way we play attacking." When you know the only way to win against Tottenham is to go and defend first, then attack on the counter. But that's been our problem. We've never been good at counter attacking with this pragmatic style, this defensive style. So, what could we have done? I don't know. For me, I can't stress enough. Just these players. First, it's no coincidence for me that the players that we signed in the summer are probably our best players, and that's Arteta's players. And then the players we've had previously, they're just the ones that are letting us down. For me, I thought, I never want to see Bellerin play again. This guy is so dreadful. It's unbelievable. He is this guy. I don't know. He cannot take a throw in. He can't defend. Even when Son had the ball, I knew he was going to score because I just see Bellerin running out of position. I see Rob Holding dropping off. He did that against Aston Villa. They scored. I mean, he done that twice against Aston Villa. They scored, and then we're doing it again against one of the best players in the world. Son is one of the best players. We have to admit, and we let him do that against us. And then it is what it is. I feel like it just some of the players that probably performed last season, they didn't perform today. I think Alba, I don't know what happened to him this season. I feel like he had an opportunity towards the end. I don't know what he was doing, trying to go on his left. He should have just cut in and shoot. Uh, Willian didn't have a good first half, but in the second half he put brilliant balls into the box. No one was there to head it. Lacazette tried. I think the thing is with Lacazette, he's like a scapegoat. Everyone will blame Lacazette, but they won't blame Alba. I think today they have to blame Alba and
Yeah.
Lacazette has to get. At least Lacazette was fighting. I've seen Lacazette make tackles outside the edge of our area towards the end when I see some of our midfielders in the box. And to be honest, the minute Thomas Partey came off, I knew the game was done. There was no cohesion in the midfield. You saw in the second goal, I think he was injured. He was off trying to get off the pitch, and then they went and scored. So yeah, it's just disappointing, but it is what it is. I think the next game is Burnley. The way we've been playing, we'll be lucky to get a point against Burnley. So yeah.
Your purpose, you say you don't want to blame the manager. If we lose against Burnley or we don't win, get a draw, would you say it's time to to get Mikel Arteta out of this club, man?
What I'll say is, if we the thing is with Arteta is, I I wouldn't say um he's gonna be a good manager or whatever. But what I'm saying is, we can't just we can't just say the players are rubbish and then blame the manager as well. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't make sense. So which one's the bad one? The manager or the players? What I would say is Arteta, the way he's got us playing, he's kind of moved us backwards. I would admit that he's got us. How would I say? We have regressed. We haven't progressed with Arteta. I'll admit that. So to be honest, if someone was to say, I don't know what manager I'll take right now, but if to be honest, let's say Pochettino, someone like that. If someone was to say he's available tomorrow, I would sack Arteta because that's the way it is. You just got to get someone who's better than the man we got. But what I say is, we want to try and we want to try and get rid of these dead players first. Then we can go and say we judge Arteta. I don't know. To be honest, I don't know, man. It's just everything is so bad. I don't know. I'm just so upset from today. It is what it is. I feel like Burnley. If we can't win against Burnley, then there's something wrong. There's something wrong. I just want to see Arteta do well, but the way he's just moving, it's not looking like that. So who do we have after Burnley? Do you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, who do you have after Burnley? Because for me, I would say
who do we have after Burnley?
Yeah. I think after that it will be 1 year in charge.
We have Dundalk next, then Burnley, then Southampton and Everton.
Oh my goodness! Yeah.
Actually, purpose.
Yeah.
We have Burnley at home. We have Southampton at home. We have a trip away to Everton. We have Manchester City in the EFL Cup, and then Chelsea.
You know what? I'm gonna be honest. I wouldn't be surprised if he loses his job before 2021.
January.
I wouldn't be surprised. I look at it. I feel like he's been set up for failure. I honestly think he's been set up for failure. I don't know what's happening, But at the end of the day, he's not getting the best out of these players, and we have to ask ourselves: would another manager get the best out of these players? For me, I wouldn't think so. I wouldn't think so because these players they're not good enough. So, like I said, I want to see Arteta do well, but if you're telling me a Pochettino is available tomorrow, I'll go get Pochettino. I can't lie. So it is what it is. I'm 50-50 with the manager. I'm not going to say 1 week is good, 1 week is bad. I'm just 50-50. I am unsure. And I'm pretty sure most Arsenal fans are unsure. I'm not some of these fans that saying we should trust the process because I'm going to be honest, I have not seen a process. The only process I've seen is probably like the way we defend, that's the defensive process. And then the way we try and move the ball forward. But the last time I saw that was when we won the FA Cup. I haven't seen that this season. And that's worrying. For me, we're 15th, we could be 16th after when Brighton play. It is worrying times. But yeah, it's sad. What do you think? What do you think on this situation? Do you think it's the manager's fault, the players' fault? Well, I want to know your thoughts.
You see, Papis, I've already said it. I think the manager himself is immature. There is no respect in that manager. You see that he doesn't shake the structures of the club. He doesn't shake the players. They do not give him, if it's quite different if you're playing for a Diego Simeone or for a Jurgen Klopp. It would be quite different. I'm not saying that he can't build himself or something like that, but I think at this time at this point in time, Arsenal is not the right job. It wasn't the right time for him, and you can see that the club really lacks tactics on the pitch. But I've already said this: players at Arsenal are pampered way back from Arsene Wenger's time. Players at Arsenal are so much of pampered. They're pampered. I mean, we have a 25-year-old player who doesn't know how to throw the ball. How do you explain that? How do you explain that a 25-year-old player doesn't know how to throw the ball? And then you say the manager doesn't teach that. I mean, the manager is not here to teach you how to take a throw in as a right back. This is something that you trained as a right back right from childhood. You chose to play right back. You love to be a right back. It's part of your responsibilities. How many players in the Premier League are losing? Are committing fouls on a throw in. I mean, so it goes down to the players. Does Mikel Arteta have the right tools for the job? The answer is no. He doesn't have the right tools for the job. We have given him Granit Xhaka. He's total nonsense. We have given him the Elnenis, the Ceballos. Those all those players are total crap. Look at his forward line. Pepe is not performing. The players are not really performing. You have only 2 or 3 players that are performing in the club, and they just can't win you game in, game out. I think everybody's to blame. The structures of the club. We looked at how Sema were for I don't know forever, but we failed to bring him in. He should have created a difference. We are talking about creativity. We are talking about going forward. We are talking about things like the team trying to get into dangerous areas. But we left Ausemawa in the market. We left players like Lucas Paqueta in the market. We never went for Said Ben Rama. We wanted Yassine, Buendia. We never went for Buendia. And we are saying that the manager should go out. Yes, I understand the manager should go out because he literally has nothing to add to us, but it's not going to solve the problems, and this is the fact. It's not going to solve the problems when we sack the manager. Arsene Wenger went away, we were blaming him, and we started blaming Unai Emery. Unai Emery goes away, now we're blaming Arteta, and we're going to bring in a one Pochettino, and I even don't know, we might bring in a worse manager than Mikel Arteta because Arsenal wants an economical manager. Trust me, blood, I know the problems of Arsenal are resting on the chest of Mikel Arteta, but he is not the absolute cause.
I think you got that spot on. I'm not gonna lie. What you said is true. I think he just took the job too early. It's too early. I feel like I don't know why we gave an inexperienced manager the opportunity. But what I would say is, what would be confusing is if we give Arteta time or a lot of time. Why didn't we give Emery time? Because surely Emery is a more proven manager than Arteta. So that's the thing. For me, I liked Emery as a manager. I thought he was what he did. He built up a good foundation in terms of we used to play a lot of the youth players in the Europa League, like Saka. Saka is Emery brought Saka up. Emil Smith-Rowe, he was coming up with most of these young players we have in our starting 11 are because of Emery's decision. Emery's the way he done things. I feel like one thing that cost Emery is the players. The players that I think they turned on him after. I think it was after Victoria. I can't remember what game, but they turned on him. They started, laughing at him behind his back, and that's what happens. For me, it doesn't make sense. And what I'll say is, everyone has to take, everyone has to take equal blame. You know what I'm saying? Everyone has to take the blame. We cannot say, Arteta cannot take blame because of this. He has to take blame. He picks the 11. For me, I think the 11 was wrong anyway in the first place. I think Cedric should have started. I felt El Nene should have started with Partey. I don't want to see Xhaka ever play again. That guy is horrible. And I'm sure both of us could do a better job than Xhaka in midfield. I look at, what's his name? Alba, I know he's our captain, but you have to drop him now. You can't start him the next game. Just drop him. It's Burnley. What's the worst that's going to happen? He hasn't scored anyway. So why not just bench him? Bring him off the bench. Then we can see what he can do. For me, I hope when Martinelli comes back, I hope he doesn't become injury prone. That guy, I want to see him play up top. When it comes to it, I want to see that guy play up top. He's the only guy that I know. He's just gonna fight for this badge. I look at Saka today. It's very sad how a 19-year-old boy he's the only one that's trying to create something for this team. And it is what it is. Everyone has to take the blame. The players, the manager, the boards. We can hate the owners as much as we want, but the owner is not the one that's playing on the pitch. The owner is not picking the team. He's giving them the players, but they're not the good players. For me, what I've always said is, I hate this board. I couldn't care less what Edu has done as a player. Good, well done. You done well as a player for Arsenal. Yeah, but what you're doing right now, you are just doing. It's unbelievable. And it's funny. I think it was Willian's agent that said Arsenal are in good hands. They have people that are good. They know football. Blah 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 blah. I'm pretty sure he included Raul Sanyehi and Hasfani, and they've both left. So two of the four people he said that are good, know what they're doing, have left. So what does that say about our structure? It's messed up. For me, it's messed up. And then we've got Vinay. Vinay, I don't know how long Vinay's been here. He's probably been here for a long time. He's been here since Arsene Wenger, so that says something. This guy, he just knows money. That's all he knows. He doesn't know anything about this football type of stuff. It's embarrassing. Oh my goodness, Arsenal Football Club. We are shambolic. It's unbelievable. And I don't know. It is what it's sad to say. Tottenham are performing way better than us. They're first place. We are 15th. And you know one thing, I'll admit Tottenham. You have to give them praise. They're well run. Tottenham are well run. That's the difference between us. You know, Daniel Levy. You know, he might not want to spend a lot of money or whatever, but he knows how to run the club well. Yeah,
Yeah.
we do not know how to run this club well. I'm sure Daniel Levy would never have appointed Mikel Arteta if he was the Arsenal chairman. He would have not done that. I'm sure Daniel Levy would not be spending money on Xhaka. You know, we spent 35 million on him instead of N'Golo Kante. And you know what funny is? We're crossing the ball. Yeah, we're crossing the ball so many times. The one player we had that won the headers in the box is playing for Chelsea and he scored yesterday. That says a lot. Giroud, yeah. So I don't know. This club is just messed up. It's really messed up, yeah. And like you said, you were spot on what you said earlier. Everyone has to take responsibility. You know, Arteta doesn't have the tools, but he has to take those. He took the job too early. I think we had the opportunity to get Carlo Ancelotti. He was my first choice when he was available. We didn't get him.
Yeah.
Then the second choice we could have had
Allegri.
Jose Mourinho. No, even Jose Mourinho or Allegri. One of those two.
Yeah. Mourinho was available. Actually,
Yeah.
I thought it reached a point in time when I thought we were gonna bring Jose Mourinho. Oh my God.
Yeah, I remember he came to one match, if I'm not mistaken. He came to watch another match. He had a meeting there, and he said something about the structure is not good enough. And imagine if Mourinho was here, he would have exposed the board. He would have shown us what the fraud we have at this club, and it shows. Arteta, he's just being what's that thing? He's just being a puppet. You know, they're just controlling him. He's just a puppet, but he's not a very good one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Man says in every press conference, the body is with him, the body is supporting him, body is with me, the body is supporting me. But there isn't no evidence to show that the body is supporting him. We are losing every game. The players are not good enough, and you're saying the body is supporting you. The club is fighting so hard to do things. He's a puppet. He's hiding the true identity of the board. And what's going to happen is going to get used, and they're gonna dump him and bring him someone else. I think that's what he doesn't know. They're just spoiling his brand as a new manager.
I don't know. I think we just need to. I feel like this game, hopefully, has allowed us to see. We need to just start again, start from scratch, just try something different. Yeah, just Burnley or whatever Dundalk. Just try something different. Try and play different players. Just play some of these players like Reece Nelson. Start Reece Nelson against Burnley. Yeah. Start Emil Smith Rowe. Start Maitland-Niles. Start these players because we have seen time after time these players they have not performed. Yeah. I look at today. It just like I'll give you for example Gabriel. Yeah, Gabriel just come in. He's a new player. The longer he stays in this squad, he's gonna get worse because he's just gonna rub off of these players. I remember when Bellerin first come into the squad, yeah, everyone was excited, but because he was just used to playing with crap, he became the crap. Yeah, it's the same. I hope this doesn't become for Saka. Yeah, it's same with Iwobi. Iwobi when he first came in, he was a baller. Then what happened? He started playing with crap. He became crap. Yeah, that's what happens. So I just want to start seeing these young players. January, yeah, I'm really worried we're not gonna get our targets. Yeah, I'm worried Sabashala is gonna go to Leipzig. I'm really worried. I don't think we're gonna get him. The way we move, we're not gonna get him. Yeah, and then Awa, I don't think Awa's gonna come to us. Lyon are like third in the Ligue 1. And the Ligue 1 this year is looking close. So I don't know. So yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. Hopefully we can just move on to Burnley. We get a result, and yeah, hopefully we can come back having a smile on our faces instead of our grumpy faces. Stressing over Arsenal week in week out.
No, I hope we do it. I'm going to be here every day, begins the. I'll be live streaming the news that we have around the January transfer window. I'm going to be doing so many transfer stories because I think that is where we need to get our hope. We just can't keep losing games every day day out, day out, day in, day out. I want to hear a club statement whether they are going to give Mikel Arteta, an ultimatum. But do you think they're even thinking about sacking him?
I wouldn't be surprised if they're not. I wouldn't be surprised if they're not. Because I look at these guys, like I said, I do not like the board. What we've got upstairs is just we just have clueless people. It's like me running a business. It's like me running a multi-million business. I don't have a clue what I'm doing. So what is the point of me being there? I'm just wasting my time. I'm wasting the business's time. I might as well just leave. Because what am I there for? Just to collect a paycheck. But I'm embarrassing myself. That's what the board is doing. They're embarrassing themselves. They do not have a clue what they do. We can see. It doesn't take rocket science to realize what we've got upstairs. And for me, all this time we're talking about the manager should be sacked. The board are probably talking about something else. They're not even worried about Arteta. They want to keep him as much as possible so he can just soak up the pressure, soak up all this abuse, this whatever. He just, like I said, he's the puppet. He's the puppet that they want. They're not. Any other manager is gonna question something. We saw with Emery. Emery said it was the first manager we had. Wenger didn't do this. He said he doesn't have enough money. He's not been backed. That's what I like about Emery. He was honest. He said he wasn't been backed. And then we've got Arteta saying he's back. So what difference? How can Arteta say he's been backed when Emery wasn't? It doesn't make sense. We've got the same board. So what's the difference? And we even saw with Emery. He wanted Zaha, he got Pepe. He wanted Maguire, he got did we even sign a centre back with no, we got Socrates instead. We got Socrates.
He got David Louis. They gave him David Louis from Chelsea.
Yeah.
And he had a hell of a season last season, man. A hell of a season.
Yeah, it just it is what it is. Like I said, we're not stupid. We know this is just bad. The sooner we get this fixed up, the better. I feel like it's just, I don't know, man. They're probably talking about how much money they've earned this week, instead of talking about the performance. And what you said is good. I want to see a club statement today. I want to see a club statement soon.
Yeah.
I want to know what's happening. Because it's looking bad right now. I don't know whether we're gonna be looking to spend in January. I don't know whether we're gonna look to sell play. Arteta says he wants to clear out in January. That's a bit late. You should have done that in the summer. We had an opportunity in the summer. He what's their name? Socrates was about to leave. He said no. He's not in the squad. That doesn't make sense. Bellerin could have gone on loan to PSG. He said no. I wish he said yes. I don't know what's happening, but I'm gonna be honest. Yeah, the more and more I think about it, the more Arteta's making himself look stupid. Because at first you feel, from the outside, you feel like, oh, it's not Arteta's fault, it's the players. But the more you think about it, he's just doing the same thing on and on again. So we need to sort something out. Let's just I'm gonna put us in a situation. Let's say Arteta's sacked tomorrow morning. What do you want to happen? What do you want to happen tomorrow morning?
I don't know. But if it's sacked tomorrow morning, the problem is, we're gonna sack him and we are gonna use an interim manager, and that is even worse, blood. That's even worse. That's totally manager, even worse, man.
Yeah, that's correct. You're correct. And because I looked at it, we sacked Emery. It took us about 3 weeks to get in the next manager. So yeah. But what manager would you want? Just for a shout. What would you want?
The manager I want is out of reach. He's Diego Simeone. He's out of reach. Probably because Simeone is going to write a statement. Simeone will write a statement on these players. He will show how bad these players are, but he will also show how how bad this body is. I would want Simeone in such a non-nonsense man, but at times I think about sucking Arteta, and I'm like, what if these guys can't bring in Henry or TL Henry, something like that,
Yes,
and then
yeah.
they're going to say, ex Arsenal, man comes in, as manager. It's gonna be. But I would want a Pochettino. I would go with Pochettino. He has been I've seen him at Southampton. He has been running a low budget. Of course, Southampton. You believe they have better scouts than we have these days. They had Mane. They had scouted Mane, Tadic, Wanyama, and those guys. So. They had better styles, but I'd rather do a Pochettino. Who would you go for?
If we're talking about what I would want, I would want Pochettino, 100%. If we're talking about a realistic one, for me, I would go for Southampton's manager, Hassan Hutel. I'd go for him, and it's so. We've just said they're Southampton in terms of their recruitment. They're not only good with their recruitment of players, they're good with their recruitment of managers. Yeah, obviously the last few years they struggled with like Mark Hughes, but they got Pochettino as one of their managers. He's doing well, and look at the manager they currently got now. I would take him. I feel like he would do a good job.
They had Koeman as well.
Yeah, Ronald Koeman as well.
Yeah, that Ronald Koeman, and he was brilliant, man.
Good. So, like I said, I wouldn't mind either. Knowing the club, they're probably gonna get who they're probably gonna bring in. They're probably gonna bring in like Eddie Howe, something like that. Yeah, Thierry Henry, something like that. It's just so so predictable. Like it's just whoever they like, whoever they have a good relationship. Let's bring him. He's our friend. Let's just bring him in. It's never what's the best for our club. It's never that. So it's just the way it is. We just got to move forward quickly. We need to change things up quickly. We can't just sit about. We've sat about far too long. Obviously, 2020 has been a horrendous year for just football in general. And everyone, a day-to-day life as well. COVID has come about. So everyone's struggling. But if there's one thing that Arsenal have used as a perfect excuse, it's COVID. It's the perfect excuse. It's been an excuse for spending. We're looking at players, other teams. Yeah, they're signing players for silly prices. Yeah, and then you just look at us. The one I'll be honest. The one signing I'll be like, yes, we done a good job. Is Gabriel and Partey. I'll be like, good, well done. We done well in that area. But in terms of just the other areas, it's just not good enough, man. And I know I'm just repeating myself on and on again. We need to fix up soon. We cannot have Tottenham winning the league. And with what? We're going to be finishing in the bottom 10.
I asked myself, the signature of Gabriel just shows us, the old Arsenal the Arsenal that used to bring in players like Samuel Nasri, very low cost players, but they were working, man. They were doing their thing, man. But right now, we are we are not sporting players. We are not looking at the low cost players. We're not looking at the cheap players. We're not looking at the expensive players. I just don't know what's going on at this club, because if you're saying that you need to to spend less money, the world still has very good players that have that are cheap. Let me say cheap. Players that have 1-2 years left on their contracts. Those players, you can buy them 20 million, 30 million, bring them on. But we do not. It's like the club has lost course.
Yeah, man, I agree. It's just we've been like this for far too long. I feel like we should have been starting this process as soon as Wenger left. That was a perfect time. We failed to do that. We're trying to do this process the second time. It doesn't look good. So what makes us think the third time is gonna work, the fourth time is gonna work? Unless something, miraculous happens, Like they just come out and say tomorrow, we're sacking Arteta, or even one of the board members leave. If that happens, even better, because I know we're not gonna have this forwards in this club. Yeah, if we just get a proper technical director or whatever they call him, yeah. If we just get a proper one, I'll be more than happy, because at least what will be happening, there's something to go off. There's a process that's gonna be a proper process, not this half-hearted process that these fools are doing. Yeah, I don't want to see it. Yeah, and it's sad how we are going so far backwards. Yeah, and I'm not sure if you agree, but I'm worried we could get relegated like in the next 5 years if we continue like this. I'm not,
No.
I'm not sure if that's an over exaggeration, but I look at the play. I look at some of our players. Yeah, but Aubameyang, he's at 32. In 5 years' time, he'll probably be gone. Willian, in 5 years' time, he'll probably gone. Even 3 years' time, I'll say.
Yeah.
Willian,
And
Aubameyang,
I'm glad.
Lacazette.
I'm glad. Don't feel sorry to say that we can be relegated in the next, in the next 3, 4, 5 years. Don't feel sorry to say that, because we finished
No, but
eighth, and club ain't bothered. If we finish eighth and we were pushing back to go back to top four or top six, you would say we can't get relegated, but we finish eighth and we are performing worse and worse every day. Probably we're gonna get relegated, not even in the next 5 years, but in the season. We are 15th. We are only 3-4 points of the relegations battle, and it looks like we're going to be losing our next game. We have Everton, we have Southampton. Probably we're going to be the relegation zone by January. We shall be fully settled in the relegation zone. Nobody's bothered. Everybody's like, okay, everything is going okay. Let's wait for a miracle. A miracle that's not going to happen, because we have nothing. Like God, I even don't know, man.
yeah, what I would say is, like, we're not winning games now. If we're not winning games, and you're like, it's not Arteta's fault, you have to sack him, because these players, they're not performing for him. That's the difference.
Yeah.
At least if maybe the players were performing for him, that could save him. But it gets to a time when the players, they just stop performing. And then, to be honest, the only reason why we're 15th, we would be lower if the teams below us were actually winning their games. I look at Fulham. Fulham have been unlucky. Let's say they haven't been missing these penalties they've been missing over the past few weeks. They could be a couple of points behind us. Brighton, they win their game. We are 16th if they win their game. That is the worst I've seen Arsenal ever. This is the worst I've ever seen Arsenal. Yeah, it's not an over exaggeration. This is the truth, and this is the most unorganized team I've ever seen. We've put Aubameyang on so high wages. We have put Willian on high wages. We have got Kolasinac high wages. We have got all these bad players on high wages. I cannot see them leaving anytime soon with these wages they've got. Yeah, and I feel like, I'm not gonna sit here and say we should have sold Aubameyang. We're right to sign him, keep him, but we should have given him something to work off. We can't just give him players that are not gonna help him. We can't just give him. For me, he shouldn't really be our captain, because he's not really a leader for me. I feel like we don't even have a captain in the squad. We don't really have a leader, but he should have not been it. I feel like we should have just given it to someone, maybe like on this pitch. I can't really see a leader. I'll be honest.
No one is a leader, man.
People will say Xhaka because he's the captain of Switzerland, but we saw what he's been doing for Arsenal. Like, I saw him today. He didn't even want to get the ball today. He was hiding. He didn't even get on the ball. And people will say, "Oh, Danny Ceballos is this, he's that." At least he wants the ball. He's the only one that wants the ball, trying to dribble past players. Saka, he's the only one that wants the ball. For me, we might as well give the captain's armband to Saka, because he's the only one that tries week in, week out, trying to give his 100%. These players, I don't know. It's just Aubameyang. He's not the same Aubameyang I've seen. This is the worst Aubameyang I've seen. I look at it today. That opportunity he got given. If that was maybe a couple of months ago, that's a guaranteed goal. I don't know. His confidence is so low. It's so bad. But yeah, we need to move on quickly, because, like I said, if we lose these games, Southampton, Burnley, Everton, and then we've got Chelsea after that.
We are relegated, man.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
And you
Arteta would be
see,
gone.
after Chelsea, you're going through these games. This is 11 games so far. First round is 18 games. After these games, you're going back to vast Manchester United, Manchester City, Liverpool. And how do you tell us that we don't get we are not getting relegated, man?
It's and to be honest, it's nice we have positive fans, that say
Yeah.
yes, we can get the result. Yes, yes.
Yeah.
But we have to be honest. How can we be positive now? We can't. It's impossible. The only positive thing about our season is the Europa League. And we always manage to get out the group stages, and once we get into the knockout, we struggle. That's the problem with Arsenal. So I don't know. This season, I want it to end already. That's how bad it's gone. I want it to end immediately. And it gets to the point now. I just watch the women's play instead. I don't watch them. It's just sad. The women's, they're actually doing well, and then we're doing bad. It's poor. But no, it is what it is. The women's are better run. They're a well-run team. They're doing their job. Their recruitment is a lot better. If you look at them compared to in the women's game, they're one of the best in England. You look at us, we're one of the worst run clubs in England. It's unbelievable, and I just want to see change. I want to see change as of tomorrow. I want to see him say. I want Arteta to come out and say tomorrow. Yeah, something needs to change.
Thank you so much, Purpose Blood. Thank you so much.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me, man. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Blood. It's okay, Blood. This is your home always. Whenever you want to say something, it's uncensored, unedited. You come on, nobody's gonna, Kasim, this is the last comment I'll take today, and I'll close the show. Let's get Ozil back on. My suggestion, we really need him. Purpose, do you think Ozil coming back is a solution? Do you think does he have the energy? Does he have the zeal, the morale? To boost back the squad, because that's what you need. You need someone who's gonna boost back the squad. You need what Bruno Fernandes did for Manchester United last season. Do you think do you think Ozil has that attitude, that morale, that boost, that can blow up Arsenal back to the standards?
I'm gonna say this because it's going so bad. We might as well bring him in. Just change it up. Maybe that could change something. What's the point of having this guy out? And we're supposed to be playing better without him. We're playing worse without him. And for me, what I'll say about Ozil is maybe his tracking back is not the best, but he will create at least 3, 4, 5 chances for these strikers that we cannot create today. So that's something I will say. Yeah, just change it up. That's what I want to see. That type of change. I want to see Ozil in the squad now, yeah. Change it, because what's his name? Partey's injury doesn't look good. You know what I'm saying? He was supposed to be out till New Year's. He aggravated his injury more. So why not just bring in another midfielder? Bring him in. I'd rather see. I'm not sure if you agree. I'd rather see him play than Willock. I know Willock is gonna give his all for the club, but he's not gonna create any chance for our strikers.
Yeah, of course. By the way, we are desperate to an extent that we asked for Willock, a person I've never seen create chances. I mean, I've never seen, Willock create chances for anybody, but fans were desperate to ask for Willock as a creative midfielder, saying that he's. I was like, yeah, guys, we are desperate.
He's more for box to box, He's not really creative.
Yeah,
he's more because I looked at him when he was with Emery. With Emery, he was like more of a box to box midfielder. And he was playing well, and it is what it is. But I'll say this: if we do not get any creative midfielder in the January transfer window, Ozil has to be back in the squad. He has to be back in the squad. It's not going well for us now, so what's the worst that's gonna happen? We're already playing bad as it is. We might as well bring him in. Maybe boost the morale of the players, because some of these players look dejected. Ozil's training every day. They look like they're having fun. Once it comes to the match, they look depressed. So that's all I'm gonna say. That's the last thing I'm gonna say. Why not change it up with Ozil back in the squad? I want to see this guy back in the Arsenal shirt, yeah. Because unbelievable. This guy, how he's been disrespected. They say it's footballing reason. It's not footballing reason. Let's be honest. It's because of political reasons what he's done off the pitch. So let's start with this guy coming back in the squad. And I wouldn't be surprised if the next manager after him comes in and puts him in the squad straight away. You know. So
Yeah.
it is what it is. Thank you for having me on, man. I appreciate
It's
it.
okay,
Keep
okay.
up the good work. You know, have a nice rest of the day. Have a nice next week, and then hopefully after the Burnley game we can have smiles on our faces. I don't know why I said smileys, but smiles on our faces. Thank you.
All right, my blood. All right, my blood. Thank you so much for coming out.
No worries.
Yeah. So that was purpose, and we had a big discussion. I think I'm going to start cutting out these segments so that you can see these guys discuss their own issues and things. I'll be cutting out I'll be cutting out those segments and re-uploading them. So I think we'll be working because it's very hard for you guys to rewatch these long videos. So I'm going to be cutting out those segments, the player ratings and so on, and then we'll be doing it. Big man thing. Omal, man, my blood says we are not playing good in the league and we are not winning. There are a lot of things that need to be changed. Yeah, you're right, Mane. And for me, all I can do is advocate for transfers and do the transfer team, man, because that's what my channel really does: transfer team and match reaction. That's when it really blows up. So I'm gonna be doing the match reactions and the transfer things, man. I don't know what else we can do. I mean. We are literally stuck. But thank you so much, Omar, for thank you so much for the comment. I'm tired, but I'm going to play the bumper, and I'll say have a blessed night. Arsenal 0, Spurs 2. What an embarrassing loss, but nothing to do. Have a blessed night. Smash the like button. Smash the like button. Smash the like button. Smash the like button. Smash the like button right now before you leave. Smash the like button. Get me your subscription because this is really, really massive. You've never seen Kosi stream for 1 hour and 46 minutes, and he's still live. So smash the like button. Like I said, I'm going to be streaming more. If you don't want to miss the daily news, if you don't want to miss the daily updates, smash the like button. But don't forget to support this channel. The super chat button, the join button, all those buttons are very, very active. Like I said, support us by subscribing, liking, and of course hit the notification bell, hit the notification button, hit the subscription button, hit the like button right now, hit the red button right now. Let us get them to as many as we can. The like button really means a lot, really means a lot. Like I said, I'm gonna be signing out, and I don't want to say have a blessed night, but I should say have a blessed night because we never had a blessed evening anyway.